You don't feel broken. You just feel unfinished. Like everyone else crossed into the next phase of life. And you're still standing in the middle of construction. Half built. Half ready. Half confident. You look around and see people who seem complete. Careers established. Relationships stable. Lives structured. And you? Still figuring it out. Still building. Still trying to become something that feels solid. And the hardest part isn't failing. It's feeling like you're not done. While the world expects you to be. Let me tell you a story. There's a quiet pressure that follows you as you grow older. An invisible deadline. By now, you should know. By now, you should be stable. By now, you should have built something that lasts. You see announcements online. Promotions. Engagements. Milestones. And you start measuring your life against checkpoints you never agreed to. You tell yourself you just need more time. But time feels suspicious when everyone else looks finished. And slowly, the thought creeps in. What if I'm just behind? What if I missed something? What if I'm not capable of completing what I started? What if I remain incomplete? In an old valley between two cliffs, a massive bridge was being built. It was meant to connect two towns that had been separated for generations. For years, workers carved stone. They laid foundations deep into the earth. They built pillars that rose toward the sky. The townspeople would visit the site and admire the progress. This will change everything, they said. And for a while, it seemed unstoppable. But then, something unexpected happened. Funding stopped. Workers left. The project paused. Weeks became months. Months became years. The bridge stood there. Half completed. Strong pillars on both sides. Solid foundation below. But a wide, empty gap in the center. No final connection. No finished arc. Just space. From a distance, it looked impressive. Up close, it looked incomplete. And over time, people stopped admiring it. They started criticizing it. What a waste. So much effort for nothing. It should have been finished by now. The bridge heard every word. At first, the bridge felt proud. It knew how deep its foundations were. It knew how strong its pillars stood. But slowly, doubt began to settle. Other bridges were built in nearby regions. Smaller. Simpler. But complete. They carried traffic. They fulfilled their purpose. The unfinished bridge carried nothing. It watched travelers take longer routes. It watched opportunity pass beneath it. And it began to believe that incomplete meant useless. That progress without completion was failure. That being half built was the same as being broken. Seasons changed. Rain fell against its stone. Wind carved its edges. Time tested its structure. But something interesting happened. Though it didn't connect fully, people began using its sides. On one end, merchants stored goods under its shade. On the other, children played along its foundation. It wasn't what it was designed for. But it was still serving. Still standing. Still holding weight. The bridge didn't notice at first. It was too busy mourning what it wasn't. One day, a traveler stopped beneath the unfinished span. He looked up at the gap in the center. And smiled. Strange, he said. How something incomplete can still hold so much. He saw the depth of its pillars. He saw the strength of its base. He saw what others ignored. "This isn't a failed bridge," he said quietly. "It's a bridge still in progress." And in that moment, something shifted. The bridge realized something profound. Completion is visible. Foundation is invisible. People celebrate finished structures, but they rarely honor the years spent building what no one sees. Maybe you feel like that bridge. Halfway there. Mid-construction. Exposed. You see the gap in yourself more clearly than anyone else. The skills you're still learning. The confidence you're still building. The stability you're still trying to create. But what if your foundation is deeper than you think? What if the years that feel slow are the ones strengthening you? What if you are not late, just layered? Not incomplete, just under construction? You compare your middle to someone else's finished product, and of course it feels unfair. You're measuring your scaffolding against someone's ribbon-cutting ceremony. The world loves finished bridges. It photographs them, drives across them, celebrates them. But finished doesn't mean stronger. Sometimes the strongest structures are the ones that took the longest to build, because they survived interruption. They endured doubt. They stood through seasons when nothing seemed to move forward. And they didn't collapse. You are not behind because you are building slowly. You are building carefully. There is a difference. The unfinished bridge never became smaller. It never apologized for the gap. It stood. And one day, construction resumed. Not because it rushed. Not because it panicked. But because the foundation was ready. And when it was finally completed, it carried more than traffic. It carried history. It carried endurance. It carried proof. That delay is not denial. So if you feel unfinished, if you feel like everyone else crossed, while you're still standing in the middle, remember this: being under construction is not the same as being broken. You are not incomplete. You are becoming load-bearing. And foundations take time. Stay standing.